What's up, everybody? It's Chris Vi back again with another house bowling review. And today we're going to be taking a look at how to create a better power step in the two-handed game. Let's jump in.
Alrighty, today we're looking at Jesse's game, and Jesse is a new bowler, or at least a newly competitive bowler. You know, someone that is really trying to increase his game, his fundamentals, and learn a little bit more about the sport. So Jesse's been only bowling since February, and as we all know, COVID-19 has struck, and it's pretty much left Jesse about a month and a half of lane time. And for a month and a half, this is looking really good, Jesse. So definitely props to you. Now you're asking some questions about spine tilt, asking some questions about knee bend, you know, how your hand is rotating through the ball. So you're definitely asking the right questions, and we want to help you out and see if we can get you going in the right direction. Now, the first thing I kind of noticed and I kind of would like to see you work on is your hips and about the power step. So the power step being this step right here in a pretty solid position right here. Now this right leg, this leg here, gets just a little lazy to where it just kind of sags back. It doesn't really have any oomph behind it. And what this is causing, it's causing your hips to sag behind this leg, this lead leg or your slide leg, to where you almost have to hyperextend that leg to reach to the foul line. So what I would like to see is this be a little bit more aggressive and quicker off the ground. Because also what it is doing is getting this hip in the way, which we see a slow-mo a little bit more behind angle here. But you can see kind of right here, this ball is actually bumped out towards the camera and away from his body a little bit because this hip, this right hip, is not clearing quick enough. It's not clearing quick enough, so it has to alter and go around his body rather than letting it fall down the natural swing path. This foot, again, being a little lazy, and it's not pushing off, it's not creating any power, any momentum, and it's also not getting out of the way quick enough for this ball to fall through. So fundamentally, I think Jesse is very strong. He gets into good position. And honestly, what it could be, I just now noticed this, what it could be, as much as I hate to say it, is possibly the shoe choice. Now, if you pay attention, this right shoe actually has a slide pad on it instead of a rubber sole on the opposite foot that you slide on. This actually also has a slide pad on it, and you can kind of see him almost slipping a little bit. You see that foot? Pay attention to this right foot here. Pay attention right there. See how it kind of slides back and then can't really push off of it? Honestly, I think that could be a very big factor in increasing your hips moving forward, getting those over top this knee and this foot a little bit more, and getting this hip out of the way. I think it's kind of slipping off of the lane to where it's having a hard time creating that push off. So I would definitely look into that, see if you can get some rubber on the bottom of that right shoe. Like I said before, you see this has to kind of alter the swing. You can kind of see the elbow already rotating around a little bit. And working the inside of the ball obviously cannot happen if there's no room for your arm or your hand to be inside of the ball. So once we can get this foot and this hip out of the way, then it'll be much easier for you to work on getting this elbow and this hand inside of the ball and working the inside to the back part of the ball. Yeah, so those are the main things that I see in Jesse's game. I think fundamentally he's very solid, especially only bowling for, a month and a half. He's working on the correct things from the start. I think spine tilt is pretty solid. He does pop up a little bit through the shot, and it could simply be, yeah, he pops up through a shot, and it could, it realistically could be coming from this right foot, not really being able to push off as much, and he kind of has to sag his hips back so he doesn't, slip and fall, and it causes him to pop up a bit. But I think that would be a huge help to Jesse's game here. I think he'll be able to work the inside of the ball once we get that hip out of the way. It's definitely going to, I think increase ball speed, getting this push off a little bit stronger and a little bit quicker out of the way, working, towards that foul line over here. And obviously the ball roll will be much better once we can work the correct part of the ball. But at the foul line, like, this is pretty solid. I would like to see this foot, face the target a little bit more. Now we're nitpicking a little bit, but I would like to see that face the target a little bit more. We don't want to cause any extra knee pressure, by twisting the body any extra. But that would be something that we could work on as well as you're pushing off this step, really making sure you want to slide straight towards your target. Yeah, let's look at the side view again. Yeah, that actually works out perfect. I think this is a really solid position. Trail legs down. The hips are a little back at this point. I think he does finally bring him up a little bit. Yeah, so he's getting his hips closer to the line, which this is about where we want them when he releases the ball. They're just sagging a little bit back, and he still has some extra momentum after he's already released the ball. So he's losing some of the momentum he's built just by simply his weight being too far back. So those are the two main things that I would love to see Jesse work on. It would be the right foot being a little bit stronger and a little bit more powerful to get that hip out of the way, which will lead into body position being much better at the line, and it's also going to allow his elbow and his hand to work the proper part of the ball.
Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure again to check the link in the description below for a 50% off code if you want your game reviewed by one of the house members.